Hi everyone, my name is Sad. This is the 9th episode of Keys to Inspire, and in this video I'm going to share with you 10 tips to make the most of your jam sessions. Jam sessions are really important for any musician. I was blessed with going all over the world and having so many jam sessions in France, in Belgium, in the US, even in Japan, South Korea, and over the course of time, this helped me build a network of musicians, also hone my skills as a performer on stage, and basically most of my musical projects originated in a way or another with musicians that I played with in a jam session in Paris, mostly. And let's just jump right in. And the tips that I'm going to share with you are a bit chronologically organized. So the tip number one is to research and have some information beforehand about any jam session you're attending. You can use Facebook, you can use basically Google. There was a time where you could use even Meetup, but try to know where the jam is, obviously what kind of style is going to be played. Try to know what level of musicianship is going to be expected from you, and obviously the timetable. You can also ask questions beforehand. When I travel, I love to reach out to the host to ask questions about the gear on stage, the possible rules they have. So beforehand, so that you can come on time and prepared and knowing what you're going to find. The second tip is to show up early. Usually jams have right before a concert, and usually the host gives a concert before. It's really a good thing to come, also to support the host, to show that you care about their music. It's also a great way to feel a bit the vibe of the stage, the sound, and to have a first eye contact with the team, that they know that you're there. The third tip, it will sound simple, but make sure you introduce yourself at the end of the opening concert. Usually there is a break and the host asks people to come and show themselves if they want to play. This way you have the time to ask questions, to clearly state what instrument you're playing, and to have maybe some questions about the rules. Is there any rules? Sometimes there are some really fun rules, and there are so many of them. I'm not going to share them in this video. The fourth tip is to make sure you observe the jammers. It's going to be rare that you're going to come first, so take your time to listen to the music. You're going to have many information about that. If it's new for you, it's a new jam, you're going to see the etiquette a bit. You're going to see what kind of genre, what kind of songs they play, and how do they proceed when they come on stage. Do they come with something already planned? Is it happening as it goes? So observe before going on stage. My fifth tip is to make sure you communicate clearly with the other people in the band. Sometimes the host will call on the mic the team. Maybe the host can say beforehand which team is going to come on stage. But even if the host just call and the thing happens on stage, just make sure you are very clear in your communication, suggesting songs or suggesting a chord progression or suggesting a certain type of groove or giving the root key. Just make sure you take that time to introduce yourself to the other musicians and state clearly or clearly receive the information about what's going to happen. And now we are getting into a bit more what you're doing during the jam session. My main advice, and this is the sixth tip, find your spot in the sound spectrum. Everybody has an instrument. You may be a drummer, a bass player, a guitar, and what's really important in a jam session is to make sure you find your place in the canvas that sound is. And just to give you an example, if you're a drummer, your hi-hat, the frequencies of your hi-hat are actually quite high, and some of them may compete with your snare, compete with the singer. So, for example, as a drummer, you really need to be careful about what kind of singer is on stage with you. If it's a low level, if the voice is very mellow, you need to be careful about your volume. If you're a guitarist and you come with some pedals and go overdrive, make sure you're not competing with someone else. So really, this would require another video, but just this tip, find your spot and be extremely aware that you're part of a team and all the musicians are actually painting on a canvas. And so some have some brushes here. Just take the time to listen a lot to what the other ones are doing. 7th tip, this is about you. What's really important is to bring dynamic in your playing. Be aware that you can play loud, you can play low, that you can play many notes, that you can play very sparse notes. And this dynamic is what's gonna bring tension to the song, that's gonna bring structure, that's gonna bring a bit of storytelling in a song that is improvised. So be aware that the dynamic of your playing brings a lot to the table, and that sometimes playing less or playing at a lower volume is gonna bring more information and more impact than playing more notes. The 8th advice is about the solos. In some genres, solos are distributed systematically. In others, the solos are not taken. But if you do take your solo, in general, please be aware of how long it takes you to complete the solo, and keep in mind that on a jam session, a song is great if it's kept under a certain time. Usually something around 10 minutes is a good idea for a song of a jam session. So keep your solo inspiring and inspired, but not too long. The 9th tip is your interactions with the musician. So make sure you have an eye contact with as many musicians as you can with whom you're improvising, the drummer, the bass player, and why not a little smile. This will give them a nice feedback, create some companionship on stage. It's always better for the audience to see you guys smiling. And when you finish, make sure you thank every musician with whom you've played, and shake their hands or give them a check. That's really important. I play volleyball and we usually check a lot during the game, so I do the same during jam sessions. And when you leave, make sure you thank the host. That's really, really important. Be grateful. Final tip, stay around. Stay around after you jammed. Stay around because you're going to listen to the other musicians, what they're doing. You're going to know more about that jam because you're going to maybe realize that some songs are a bit classic in that jam. So take maybe some notes, you're going to discover new things. And it's also a nice way to sit down and listen to those who have listened to you before you went on stage. That were my 10 tips. I have many, many of them about jam sessions. It's a field that I particularly love. I hosted jam sessions here in Brussels for a year and a half and went to hundreds of them. And I'm so grateful for all the jam sessions that I was part of. I hope you like this content. Consider subscribing and leaving a comment and a like. If you have some ideas, memories about some jam sessions, please put them in comment. Or if you have ideas for a new video, please do put them on the comment. See you very soon, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.